folks, welcome to Is American I.E.L.T.S and Toefl Training Center. It's Is American Spoken English Center in Kodambakam in Chennai. I.E.L.T.S International English as Level Testing System. Toefl Test on English as Foreign Language. I.E.L.T.S British, Australian, Cambridge oriented examination conducted all around the world. Toefl American based examination to check your reading, writing, listening and speaking skills in English. So we have come here for the writing and speaking skill development class. These essays have been taken from Lingua Forum, DreamTech Publications, and the video number is 135. So my dear friends, you get a topic like this, and in the examination you have to speak for 2 minutes in the speaking task. Suppose if you get a topic like this for writing task 2, you have to write for almost 250 words, minimum of 250 words. So now see the topic here. See the topic clearly. Do you think we should give special attention to the opinions of famous people such as athletes, movie stars, and musicians? So these people are considered to be entertainers. So these people are considered to be celebrities. So these people are considered to be top in the society. They are generally called stars, like cinema stars, sports stars, and musical stars. So these people's opinions regarding various subjects, should we consider it? Why? If you say yes, and you have to say why should we consider their opinions on various subjects? Why not? Why not means yes, why not we should agree. So you have to use specific reasons and examples to explain your opinion. So hope you're able to understand the question very clearly. The famous people are called celebrities. Asking about their opinions on various subjects, is it good or bad? So this is the topic. Now come here, see the writer. What does he write? Anyone, either if they are famous or not, whether they are famous people or not, is entitled to an opinion. Whether they are famous people, a top star in a cinema field, or just a layman working in a village. Anybody has the right to say about their opinion on any subject. If a celebrity, a famous person, is an acknowledged expert on a certain subject, so celebrities are generally people who are an expert in their field. Abdul Kalam is an expert in his rocket and all those things. Amitabh Bachchan is an expert in acting. Of course, Modi is an expert in politics. So each one is an expert in their acknowledged field, such as football. Leonardo, you ask him, he is an expert in football. Maradona is an expert in football. Music, A.R. Rahman is an expert in music. Astronomy, you have various astrologers who's famous for astronomy. Then that person can speak about it with authority. Authority means with full confidence. You ask to A.R. Rahman about music, he will say in a detailed way, yes, you can get his opinion on that particular subject. You ask about Abdul Kalam, about rocket, and he will say about all the scientific achievements, and that is a good opinion, and you can consider it, you can take it as on a face value. Outside that field, however, I think the celebrities' opinions are worth no more than anyone else's. You ask to A.R. Rahman about the politics, about the women's bill and various other subjects or science, and if they give an opinion, it is not worth. It is not at all worth. You ask about Abdul Kalam, something about acting, and if he gives an opinion, it is a waste. Even though he is an expert in science, his opinion regarding acting or actors, it is not to be valued at all. So celebrities who are famous in their field, and if they say about the opinion, you ask an opinion on their subject, and if they say it is worth millions. But other than their field, which they are not accustomed to, which they are not good at all. And if you ask them about that subject, and their opinion shouldn't and is not valued at all. So coming here to the next paragraph, if famous opera singer, the famous opera singer, what's his name? Luciano Pavarotti. Luciano Pavarotti is an orchestra singer. Talks about opera. If he speaks about opera, about orchestra, his views are expert. Then you can expert opinion. His views on that song or music, it's an expert opinion. You can take it into consideration and should be taken seriously. You should take it seriously. A distinguished, a famous chemist such as Linus Pauling, the chemist Linus Pauling, should be taken seriously when he speak about chemistry. When Linus Pauling is a great and famous chemist, if he speaks about chemistry, you have to consider it. A Broadway star such as Sarah Brightman a Broadway star should be taken seriously when she talks about the stage. A stage performer, a stage dancer or actor, whoever it is, a broadcasting Broadway star, Sarah Brightman. And if she says about the stage, you have to take it into consideration. People like these are eminently, honorably qualified to give opinions within their areas and expertise. Hope you are able to understand. Areas of expertise, whatever their areas are, and if they say an opinion on their subject, then it has to be considered. So first paragraph he says yes. Then second paragraph he says with examples. Now coming to the third paragraph, what he says. On the other hand, so he is going, the next paragraph starts with on the other hand, comments by non-experts should be treated with skepticism. Skepticism means what? Suppose if, as you know, okay, Mr. Modi speaks about, or Mr. Karunanidhi speaks about science, about biology, then you have to think about it. You should not take it, you should be very judgmental about what he speaks about that. So, a case in point involves the opposition of various celebrities to nuclear weapons during 1980s. So during the time of 1980s, you know that there was Cold War. After the First and Second World War, world was divided into two blocks, Russian bloc and American bloc. So always they were indulging in a hide and seek war between each other, either supporting one country or other country, and proxy war like in Afghanistan, in with the fight between the ideologies, communism by Russians and capitalism by Americans. So they were waging a war indirectly. It was a Cold War. So during the time of 1980s, there was a high talk about nuclear war is going to happen between America and Russia. So here, the celebrities were asked about the opinion of nuclear weapons, and the celebrities spoke. Who are the celebrities? The famous actor and actress and sportsmen spoke as if they were authorities on nuclear weapons and arms control. So these people were speaking as if they know all about nuclear bombs and what they do, harm or good or bad. So they were talking as if they are an experts. Oh, the famous celebrities. Yet, when a reporter asked some of them if they could define expressions such as throw weight. So in nuclear technology, there's a phrase called throw weight. And when a reporter asked these celebrities about the throw weight, and they were not able to say who the celebrities, because they don't know anything about the subject. The celebrities were at a loss. So they showed they did not know what they were talking about, and thus they lost credibility. Credibility means what? Credibility. The good name, the fame, and what the words are, it has lost its meaning. So during the time of nuclear, 1980s, talking and speaking about nuclear and arms and everything. The celebrities were giving their opinions, but when they reported or asked certain things, they were unable to speak. They were at loss of words. So it lost, the celebrities lost the credibility. So coming here to the conclusion, he says, the writer goes in for saying that, to conclude, this is not to say that experts are always right. Oh God, once again. This says the experts are always, the experts are always right. Mostly in election time, there will be reports indicating pre-election results or post-election results. So they were able to try to find all the newspapers. They will say this particular party, they will forecast and say they will get 130 seats or 150 seats. Some may be right and some may be wrong. If reporters and magazine and newspapers are expert in politics, they should accurately say they will get this particular seats, either in parliament or legislative. But some have been successful, some have been failure. So you cannot take, even if an expert says about something, you cannot take it in a face value. Politicians will say, our party is going to form their government. And finally, he may be an expert in politics, but what happens? He may lose the election. So his expertise and his words are not correct. So here, note that non-experts are always wrong. A fellow who may not be an expert in particular field, but he says, okay, this is going to be successful. Yes, it will be successful. Even though he doesn't know anything about that field. An expert may overlook something very important, whereas a non-expert may have a valuable insight into a problem. So, an expert, he may be very good at certain things, but certain very important thing he may miss it, and he will give a answer which is not correct one. A non-expert, even though he doesn't know much about the subject, he may have a very valuable insight. Clearly and deeply he will go inside it and find out what is the solution, and he will be able to say. So, when a rock star starts evaluating prospects for space travel or genetic engine, a rock star, who is a rock star? He performs on the stage, he dances, he sings. Say for example, Michael Jackson is gone, okay, Madonna, or a lot of singers are there. You take any rock singer, rock star, evaluating of space travel. She speaks about space travel. She speaks about genetic engineering. However, one should remember that the rock star's views are uninformed. So a rock star, if she or he says, it is not an informed message, and therefore dubious. Dubious means what? It is not a sure one. It's a doubtful one. What she says is not a true one. It's a dubious. Celebrity doesn't necessarily mean expertise or authority. So, celebrity, if they say something, doesn't mean it is an